We shall chant from verse number 20. Sarvabhuteshu enaikum bhavamavyayamikshate avibhaktam vibhakteshu tadjnanam viddhi satvikam prithaktvena tu yajnanam Nana bhavan prithakvidhan vetti sarveshu bhuteshu tadjnanam viddhi rajasam yattu krishnavadekasmin karye saktamahetukam atatvarthavadalpam cha tattamasamudahritam niyatam sangarahitam aragadveshatakritam aphala-prepsuna karma yattat satvikam uchyate. So after pointing out the 5 causes of action, Bhagavan also points out the 3 propellers of action, which makes the action happen, and the difference in the actions with different beings, human beings. So jnanam, neyam and parijñata are the propellers of action, and karanam, karma and karta are the main contents of action. Now the neyam remains same for all, and karana also is same, and parijñata and karta are one and the same entity. So jnanam, karma and this karta, they are further analyzed as of 3 types. So knowledge, sattvic, rajasic, tamasic. Karma also is of 3 types, and karta also of 3 types. So knowledge is that which gives us vision. Knowledge is all that we have gathered from our past, our understanding, our samskar. And those samskar give us a vision, a way of looking at this world. So the sattvic way is when one sees that one reality alone pervading all the differences. Outwardly, every one of us, everything is different, but there is one reality which is changeless, which pervades all of them. So one who is able to comprehend this, one who is able to see this oneness, that I and everyone else are all connected, all are one, that vision is called sattvic vision. But when one sees everything as different, then that is the rajasic vision. And only one aspect of life, one takes it as everything, fanatically getting attached to only one aspect of life is called a tamasic vision or tamasic knowledge. So this tamasic and rajasic leads to bondage, and sattvic vision leads to freedom. Through satsang, through our contemplation, through our studies, we can transform our vision. Once the vision is transformed, all our samskars also get transformed automatically. So, and as per our vision, our karma, the way we respond to the world also differs. So the sattvic karma is described as the duties which are performed without attachment, without likes and dislikes, without attachment to the results of action. Those actions, those karmas are indicated as sattvic. So the main thing is to perform our duties without attachment is the karma becomes sattvic. If one performs somebody else's duty, then that doesn't make it sattvic. So paradharma or adharma doesn't make it sattvic. Or if one does some kamya karma, nishiddha karma, then that is not sattvic. Now Bhagavan talks about rajasic karma in the next verse. So let us chant. Yattu kamepsuna karma sahankarena va punaha kriyate bahulayasam tad rajasamudahritam yattu kamepsuna karma kriyate bahulayasam tad rajasamudahritam. Yattu kamepsuna karma. So in rajasic karma, the focus is not on the duties, but it is more the actions are prompted by our selfish desires and what you call strong sense of doership. So sahankarena and kamepsuna karma. So with a strong, powerful desires, selfish desires, prompt the action. Or in simple language, if we have to see, the sattvic karma which we have seen before is prompted by our duties and prompted by the notion what is right and what is not right. So one strives to follow the path of righteousness. But in case of rajasic karma, the main propeller is what I like and what I don't like. The likes and dislikes propel our action, then it is rajasic. In simple term, if we have to understand. But if our action is propelled by what is right and not right, then it is sattvic. Here also we found in the 3rd chapter, Arjuna is, or even in the 2nd chapter, Arjuna is saying that please tell me what is right, what is shreya. Yat shreyasya nishchitam bruhitan me. That please tell me what is good, what is right. According to his own likes and dislikes, he didn't like to fight this war. So if you have to ask him, do you like to fight? He says, no, I don't like to fight this war. But he didn't try to justify his likeness. But on the other hand, he asked Bhagavan, please tell me what is right. I might not like it, but still I will follow it because it is right. See, what is right all the time, we might not like it. And generally we don't like it, I think. Otherwise we would have followed it very beautifully. So what is right and not right determines our action, then it is sattvic. But what I like, I don't like, then it is rajasic. So that is what is said here. Kamepsuna, one propelled by kama, by desires. Desires generally, selfish desires. Because in case of my duties, then those are not called desires. Those are the injunction given by the scriptures. I have to do this, so I do it. They don't come under the category of desires in that way. But when it is said desires, then they are generally those which takes us away from our duties. Selfish, egocentric desires. So yattu kamepsuna karma. So those karmas which are performed with this type of desires, and those karma which are performed with ahankar, with a deep sense of doership, that I am the doer, I am doing this karma, I am so and all. So with this strong sense of doership, if those karmas are performed, And also those, since they are not in tune with our duties, generally these karmas will be performed with lot of effort also. Bahula ayasam, lot of effort. There are people who spend so much of time and effort and energy in obtaining and performing actions which are selfish. They go to so much of hardship. And in the world, sometimes we praise those people as karma yogis also. Bada karma yogi hai. We feel too much of action and getting totally exhausted by performing action. Doesn't sleep also well, doesn't eat well, all the time thinking about action. We feel, arey, bada karma yogi hai. But you should see what propels that person's action. If it is propelled by righteousness, by a feeling of welfare for the entire world, then you can call him a karma yogi. But if it is prompted by selfishness, I, me, myself, I and my family, I and my little world, then that is not sattvic karma. Then it is rajasic only. So yattu kamepsuna karma sahankarena va punaha bahula ayasam, lot of effort. It is like going against our grains. Therefore, there is too much of effort involved. Trying to go against the whole, because in case of duties, even if there is effort, it is taking us towards our goal. But here the effort is taking us away from the goal also, our ultimate goal. So a lot of effort is spent, physical effort, emotions, lot of emotion is involved, lot of energy is involved, lot of wealth and so much things are involved in that action. Bahula ayasam. Tad rajasam udahritam. Such an action is called rajasam, rajasic action. The action itself is categorized as rajasic. And such rajasic action leads to more and more bondage, more and more sorrow and pain and fear. Because the effect of Rajogun we have seen in the 14th chapter also is sorrow and more bondage. It doesn't take us towards our goal. So this is very important that when we are performing action, we should double check. We should find out whether what we are doing is sattvic, rajasic or tamasic. If it is anything which is found in it which is rajasic or tamasic, should be immediately dropped, and one should try to follow the path of righteousness, of sattva guna. The right action itself should become the propelling force. See, sometimes people feel that unless I have strong likes and dislikes, I will not be motivated into action. That is the general understanding, that a person gets motivated only if there is selfish desires and a strong sense of doership is involved. No doubt a person gets motivated, but that motivation is rajasic only. The righteous person gets motivated by the sense of righteousness itself. It is right and it is my duty. That itself becomes the motivating factor. There is no external motivation required for that person. That it is a right thing to do, therefore I am doing. And therefore there is no attachment to it, and it slowly and steadily makes the mind more and more pure and takes one towards the supreme goal. But this rajasic karma leads to more bondage itself. So this is rajasic. Now comes the tamasic karma. Anubandham kshayam himsam anapeksha cha paurusham mohad arabhyate karma yat tattamasam uchyate Anubandham kshayam himsam anapeksha cha paurusham. Tamas karma is totally of a different type altogether. This tamasic karma is prompted by ignorance and confusion. It has got no basis. Rajasic karma is well planned and all, but the planning behind that planning is selfishness, ulterior motive. I and my and me and myself. But in case of tamasic, there is no thinking involved, full of confusion, and propelled by some lower tendencies in a person, anger or hatred or confusion, total confusion. And that's what Bhagwan now, he brings out the picture very clearly here. He said those karmas which are performed without seeing the following things. What? Without seeing anubandham. Anubandham means what will be its effect. What will be the outcome of this karma which I am planning to perform when we don't think about it. There are some people who just jump. They don't know what is the outcome of it. See, each one of you will have to think of your own example. And many examples you must have come across in your life also. Examples, sometimes you see them walking around everywhere. So when a person does something at home, in his workplace, in the society, wherever, that person can be found in all fields, even in the political field, in all fields. If a person does something without keeping in mind the consequences, many times people say, oh, I don't know, later on they start repenting. I don't know why I did it. I never thought about it. In the consequences for their own physical body also, consequences for their own family. Sometimes gussa aa jata or something moh hai and all, they start beating up people or do something out of total confusion, and in the bargain that fellow also suffers, family also suffers, society also suffers. Such type of action which is prompted by confusion and delusion and ignorance is called tamasic. So anubandham, the consequence is not seen. And kshayam means what will be the loss of wealth, loss of energy, loss of our own vitality, loss of our physical strength, loss of relationships, loss of so many different types of loss can occur because of a particular action. People